gentlemen, welcome to the RFA Champions game here at Queensborough Community College. Tonight's game between Queensborough Community College and the LaGuardia Community College. At this time, please rise and remove your caps as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. And now for your starting lineups. First for LaGuardia. Number 0, Ayana Riley. Number 4, Janae Gibson. Number 12, Kayla Mormon. Number 21, Brianna Johnson. 23, Raven Jenkins. LaGuardia is coached by Anthony Alfaro, who is assisted by Myrna Lemmy and Marcelo Russo. Now for Queensborough, number 15, Reba Ward.
This is QCC alum David Russell along with Joe Massey. The Queensborough Lady Tigers set for action against the defending CUNY champion LaGuardia Lady Redhawks. We saw them in the alumni game. They had 6 players in that one, now added a few more. LaGuardia, the starting 5, Ayana Riley, Janae Gibson, Kayla Mormon, Brianna Johnson, Raven Jenkins. Starting 5 for Queensborough, Reva Ward, Diana Lafargue, Nicole Chavez, Samira Ahmed, Marva Dudley Adams, and LaGuardia probably comes into this game as a favorite. But what do you look for tonight, Joe?
Well, I look for Queensborough to have a good test right off the early going here and playing this team, which won in the CUNY last year. So let's see how well they can do, David, and let's see what kind of measuring stick this is.
LaGuardia lost a few players that helped them. Richburg was one.
But Brianna Johnson is back.
Brianna Johnson is back and scoring 24 points per game. They beat Kingsborough in their opener 89-26. The halftime score was 50-6. And then they beat Rockland 91-59. They lost their most recent game to Dutchess on the road 65-54.
So, you know, Dutchess a good squad, and they come in here tonight playing the first CUNY game on the year, and this should be interesting just to see if they can come in here and take the game from Queensborough.
There's a jump ball immediately off the tip-up. There's no possession arrow yet because that was the opening tip.
Well, you could see there's going to be a lot of scrambling tonight right off the bat.
And jump again.
I can't seem to get this right.
Maybe this is the strategy, keep forcing jump balls.
We could watch a half hour of this.
Well, we might have to. And here's jump ball number 3. And Queensborough wins the tip-off after all of that. Now looking for the first points of the game. Ahmed going to the basket, the left-hand shot, no good. Nice move, just couldn't finish.
She had everything but the bucket on that.
Here's Johnson. Pass. LaGuardia likes to push, they like taking shots. Anthony Alfaro goes, the more you take, the more you make. Good defense so far, down to 8 on the shot clock. There's a 3 from Johnson, no good. And Dudley Adams has it. The head and the pass is out of the reach of Ahmed and out of bounds.
Queensborough trying to rush it back the other way off the miss and did not connect, so that gives the ball back to LaGuardia. LaGuardia worked the ball around, getting that 3-point shot finally. Good defense by Queensborough in the zone.
LaGuardia facing the 2-3. It's keeping them on the outside. Johnson goes in. Shot was tipped. It was Lafarge. Got the hand on it. Now Queensborough the other way. Ahmed can't finish. Ball will stay with Queensborough.
Second opportunity Ahmed had to lay one in, not able to do it. So the game remains scoreless.
Lafarge puts it in. Crowd is really into it tonight.
Not for long, it remains scoreless.
3-pointer from LaGuardia. It's an air ball trying to save it in. And does. Riley kept it alive and threw it off forward, so LaGuardia will keep it with 18 on the shot clock.
Good play. Riley went to the baseline, banged it off the Queensborough girl.
Shot clock reset. I don't know if it should have because it wasn't, never hit the rim. LaGuardia misses anyway. With Dudley Adams and tried to push it back out, and there's a steal. Mormon to the basket and misses, gets her own rebound and puts it in to tie the game at 2.
Well, Mormon hung in there and able to recover her own rebound.
Now some pressure from LaGuardia. Got the hand in, and there's a steal. And then a reach and foul on Lafarge.
Putting a lot of responsibility on Ahmed to handle the ball here early, and she's got to settle down a little bit. As you stated on the last game, the alumni game, she's a lot of energy out there.
Here's another 3-pointer from LaGuardia. They haven't been shy to put them up early. They haven't made any. Ward going all the way and is fouled. And it will be 2 shots.
Ward taking it from way down here all the way down, David, as you said, down the right of the lane. She'll get 2 free throws. 2-2.
Ward misses the first. Ward splits the free throws, 3-2 Queensboro. Riley, Mormon, back to Riley. Riley tried to get it across the court and it's stolen.
Good defense again by Queensboro.
Ahmed. Nice little crossover to the basket and off glass. Ahmed with their first basket and it's 5-2. The crossover and the layup. Gibson, kick out. Jenkins shot, no good. And Moore to let it go out of bounds. LaGuardia off the mark early.
Yeah, they're not able to hit the three-pointer. They're not able to hit that shot. And their only basket has been provided by Mormon on a rebound, as you said.
And after they got the steal, so that was in transition. And then the sloppy turnover there. And
Now,
a
you
foul.
have to be careful because you don't want to let them get their confidence going. Queensboro's had them off kilter here in the early going. So Jenkins will go to the line.
And the foul was on Chavez. First free throw is good. No, the pass was telegraphed and it didn't get there very fast either, so a bad combination for Queensboro.
Usually when you telegraph something, it's not going to get there at all. So it's the worst thing you can do. There's a miss and a rebound, another rebound.
Riley swooped in for the rebound. That's a long two, no good.
That'll be LaGuardia's ball, as trying to take it in and patting it to the baseline was Ward. Tried to get her other hand on the ball, couldn't close the hands on it. 5-3, Queensboro with the lead. Still playing tough zone defense here.
Here's a three-pointer from Riley, no good. And LaGuardia keeps it alive. And another turnover. They've been trying to force some passes. Here's Queensboro the other way, and Med got behind the defense. Now she takes a little shot, tried to bank it in and couldn't. And LaGuardia has the ball and a foul against Queensboro. And that's going to be number 2 on Lafarge.
Right over again was Ahmed trying to get her hands on the ball, committing the foul there.
When they say it's the first on Ahmed, I thought they said the second one on 20.
And then she went right back up court as she could not stop herself from going after the ball. So it's 5-3 still. Queensboro's setting up in that 2-3, which they've had no luck against so far, David.
Still trying for the first field goal in the half court, and they're going to get Riley for traveling.
Riley lifted the pivot foot, indecisive about making the pass, and that was what was called.
Now some pressure from LaGuardia forces that. She expected Dudley Adams to keep going down court, and she didn't, and the pass went out of bounds.
You got to wait for somebody to come and get the ball in that case.
Jenkins,
Nice
no
fake.
good.
Nice fake there.
LaGuardia having success on the offensive glass when Riley can't put it in, but another offensive rebound.
They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds, they are.
But then traveling is called. And about 5 minutes in, it's 5-3 Queensboro.
They've shot goose eggs in about 6 outside shots, but getting the rebounds, and they have their point basket on a rebound and a free throw.
That one field goal was on the steal, and she had the easy layup and missed, but got her on rebound and put it back. Nice pass, Lafargue, no good. May have been a little contact. She was looking for a whistle, didn't get it. LaGuardia the other way. Whitney thought about it. Nice move by Gibson. And foul on the court, no basket.
Someone came down on Gibson off the fake, but if you're LaGuardia, you have to make Queensboro pay for some of those turnovers. They're not doing it early on here.
And now there's a second foul on 20. Lafargue will go to the bench. Ashante Rogers goes in. May add a little size inside and corral some of these rebounds. There's a basket off glass. Johnson ties the game at 5, so they didn't hesitate attacking the inside right away. Ahmed, jumper, no good. Rogers with the offensive board. Gets it back to Ahmed. Ahmed, another jumper, and off again. LaGuardia looking for their first lead of the game. Johnson all the way. No good, but another offensive board. Counted on the foul. Gibson puts it in.
Getting a lot of loose balls, LaGuardia, and Gibson made it and got fouled, and that gives them their first lead of the game.
Marva Dudley Adams called for the foul, and David Chambers calls a timeout.
So it's been a pretty even game in terms of the score, but yet Queensboro, I think, has outplayed LaGuardia in the first half, but they haven't been able to cash in on opportunities. And Med had those 2 shots there she could not make. She has 2 points. Points hard to come by right now, David, on both squads.
LaGuardia dominating the glass, but that's partially because they've been missing shot after shot after shot.
Right. But you can see now they're starting to assert themselves a little bit more and starting to hammer down in there, get those rebounds, and they feel they can score if they get the ball back, and Gibson will go to the line here.
And Queensboro already committed 5 fouls, so LaGuardia will be in the bonus for the final 4:08 of the first quarter.
That's not good.
No, not for Queensboro.
Let's see if Queensboro can manufacture anything the other way, which they haven't been able to do.
Gibson completes the conventional 3-point play. It's 8-5 LaGuardia. Bounce pass, Chavez. And Nicole Chavez trying to get it to Ward out of bounds, and they say last touch by Whitney.
Somebody got a hand on that for LaGuardia.
19 on the shot clock for the Lady Tigers. A bounce pass down low, again, went off a LaGuardia player. The shot clock reset, which it shouldn't have.
As you can see, Queensboro doesn't have those sturdy guards that they've had in the past, like Redwood and others. They have to make it more of a fast-paced game.
Not as sturdy as Redwood, and maybe not with the quickness of a Kanoy.
Right.
But Ahmed has gotten a lot faster than last year.
She does a good job.
Having a little trouble on this inbound.
But we've seen a lot of good guards on the Queensboro women's teams over the years.
And here's Chavez. 15 on the shot clock. Now down to 10. Nice move, counted, and the foul. Lisa Theodore. Got the acceleration and finished.
Beautiful move. Is she left-handed? She went to the left hand and banked it on the move there, and a beautiful move. It makes it 8-7. So that pulls Queensboro within 1. She has the free throw here.
Couldn't finish. Here's Mormon, and Mormon answers right back. 10-7 LaGuardia.
Good pass. Jenkins passed up an outside shot to get Mormon a better shot on that.
Little pressure and a steal. And now fast break opportunity. It's Gibson to the basket and couldn't finish. Good defense to contest without fouling, and now Theodore the other way. Dudley Adams going to the basket, and they say double dribble.
They're forcing Queensboro to helter-skelter a little bit. You could see now that LaGuardia is getting a little more on their game, and they've grabbed a 3-point lead. And what is their game? Get everybody involved, and that's going to help them. But there's another good play by Theodore.
Now 3 on 2, and Theodore will pull it out. Ward inside, Chavez couldn't get the friendly roll, and then they'll get Rogers for a foul. Maybe in frustration that she didn't get the rebound, or just trying to jar the ball, and she came
She's
down.
trying to come down and landed on the LaGuardia player. They got Chavez a good shot, only she didn't have the height to get it up to the basket because there might have been a bigger girl there. And then it turned into a situation where they tried to get the rebound and they fouled. And since you said it, they're in the bonus very early here. All of these fouls are going to hurt. Here's Jenkins to the line. Or Johnson.
Brianna Johnson. Yeah, they have a Johnson and a Jenkins. Brianna Johnson makes the free throw.
J&J.
Something that might be something for David Chambers to watch for is Rogers in possible foul trouble as Johnson splits the free throws. Out of bounds to Queensboro. And I'm not trying to make the alumni game sound like something it isn't, but Rogers picked up 4 fouls in about 2 minutes.
He
obviously
doesn't need that. He really, he needs to have everybody out there.
Chavez.
They're putting a lot of pressure on now, David.
LaGuardia likes to speed the game up, and there's Theodore, and contested by multiple Red Hawks.
No foul. Called anyway.
Goes out of bounds, and they'll have to make sure the shot clock, it keeps resetting, and now it's at 17. Chavez trying to make the move on Moorman in the lane, and well contested.
Couldn't get any shot up to the basket.
Johnson pull-up jumper, and Chavez almost blocked the shot, but they say she got the arm.
Might have gotten the side of Johnson's hand there as she was setting up. And David Chambers is not buying it, though.
We can't tell from up here, but Chavez didn't put up much of an argument, so it's kind of what I go by, right?
I don't think David liked the call, though.
No. Johnson makes the first of 2. And now Chavez will go to the bench because that was her second foul. It's such a tough shot to block perfectly. Also, as she's up in the air.
Well, you're coming at an angle also, so she moves her hand a little bit, then you smack her a little bit. Anyway.
13-7. Johnson with 5 points.
I wouldn't say you smack her, but you graze her enough.
And they're going to get Moorman for a blocking foul. LaGuardia with fouls to give, no free throws yet.
Right now, Queensboro is looking for some kind of offensive continuity. They have none at all. None at all right now.
LaGuardia has been very aggressive defensively, and they've done it without reaching in and fouling. Other than the blocking foul 5 seconds ago. Theodore, kick out, Dudley Adams for 3. No good. And she almost came in and got her own rebound. Loose ball, and we'll have a tie-up, and Dudley Adams. Very aggressive play, much appreciated by the Queensboro crowd.
It's going to be a LaGuardia ball, but...
Well, the possession arrow gives it to Queensboro on the tie-up.
Actually, you like the effort, so you're getting the crowd into it, too.
Well, bumped one of the players and then really went in there for the tie-up. That may be what Queensboro needs after they were struggling. And, excuse me, LaGuardia ball after the tie-up.
Still in the zone.
Johnson misses a 3, tipped, and Ahmed has it. And Ahmed had it taken away. Riley got the hand in from behind. In the lane, throwing it up, and traveling is called. Ball back to Queensboro.
Riley trying to stop and get the shot up, and she fell forward and was called for traveling on that.
To Dudley Adams. Back to Ahmed. Theodore, I don't think was expecting it. Got her head turned around right as the pass was coming for her. Ahmed in the lane and tried to dump it down to Rogers, who's shrugging, going, just go up with it.
Rogers wasn't looking. Rogers was trying to back the other girl away from the basket, and that's a turnover they'd like to have back.
Maybe too unselfish. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Tipped around, and LaGuardia has it. Johnson picks it up.
Another offensive rebound. They've done it several times.
Here's a three from Mormon, no good, and heading out of bounds. If LaGuardia was making their shots, this could be 23-7.
We gotten down to the nub here in the first half there. In no time.
Yeah.
No fouls.
First
being
quarter.
committed. First quarter, yeah.
Ward behind the back and then kicked it out, and LaGuardia called for a foul.
Well, 7 first quarter points is not going to win you many games.
No.
You've got to put the ball in the hole. They're not doing it right now.
Ward, and traveling is called, and now the refs are going to talk because maybe it was some contact from a LaGuardia player which caused her to travel.
She was trying to get the foul, and the question is, did she walk before she got hit? And I think she did. Now you're going to call her back.
I think the foul was called a moment before the traveling, and the other ref said, well, she was bumped, and that's why she couldn't get the shot off.
So give it a shots here.
It was just funny because everybody was already walking the other way. That's the second foul on Abel.
Yeah, they had to call them back from up here.
But you have to make the free throws when you get to the line.
They did not, in the even the alumni game, shoot the free throws very well.
And we saw it a lot last year.
Yeah. You got to do a better job on that, Dave, because they have to get every point they can get.
Yeah, now they changed the foul. They say it was the first on Jenkins as Ward makes the free throw, and it's 13-8. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Whitney, Johnson. Good ball movement by LaGuardia. The shot was well contested. And the 15 seconds. Can hold for the final shot. Ward almost traveled. Theodore down to 5 seconds. Dudley Adams. 3 seconds. Dudley Adams in the lane.
They called a foul on that, Dave.
We said they may not have somebody like a Redwood. I think Dudley Adams is going to be the physical player. She's knocking these LaGuardia players around. And Riley is called for a second.
She's a big player up front, so they're going to have to rely on her and the other big girl and try to do some damage that way. No good, though. Have we said one time that the LaGuardia team wearing their bullet-looking uniforms?
Yeah.
I always look at it, and I have to say that.
Dudley Adams splits the free throws. It's 13-9.
I love to say the name anyway.
And they don't get a shot off. And Anthony Alfaro was going there with 3 seconds. Throw up the shot. We don't have time for passing.
I love to get a chance to say the name Bullets. I don't know why they changed the name. I would have kept it. But there's 1 quarter in the book.
Not as bad as it could have been for Queensboro.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. They actually had the better of the play much of that first quarter. And then LaGuardia started to take the play away because they were getting offensive rebounds, they were pressing, seemed to be a little more sure of what they were doing, but they come out of it as well as you can come out of it, 13-9.
And you're in a close game against the LaGuardia team that hasn't won a close game yet. They won 2 blowouts and then lost a close one to Dutchess.
So you'd like to test them in a close game?
Because LaGuardia had the one CUNY test against Kingsborough and blew Bob DiNardo's squad out of the water.
Well, Kingsborough's had a very tough time over the past few seasons, and they haven't been able to keep girls from year to year.
No.
It's been difficult for them. Let me tell you, LaGuardia had taken that title last year, and you mentioned that in the pregame talk we had that they then went on into the Region 15, and then Bronx beat them.
Yeah, it's funny,
LaGuardia beat them in the Region 15.
LaGuardia beat Bronx to win the CUNY title, and then Bronx beat LaGuardia in the Region 15 semifinals, but then Sullivan beat Bronx to go to nationals. By the way, Queensborough, the first quarter, look at the balanced scoring. 4 different starters had 2 apiece, and Dudley Adams had 1.
But you'd like to see someone have 4 or 6.
Yes.
That's the only problem. They really have struggled for points. Both clubs have, really. LaGuardia's shooting was not good in the first quarter. They did not shoot the ball well, so.
Theodore looking to get it in, and they get it into Ward.
Let's see what we see.
Ward going to the basket.
That'll be a quick foul right there.
And go to the basket and try to get them in foul trouble. See who they call that on. Say number 1 on Gibson. Theodore will inbound. Ahmed the tough shot, and she's fouled. And Alfaro is going, oh my God, 2 fouls in 13 seconds.
Ahmed likes that right-hand move where she can scoop the ball. She got hit pretty hard on that. And she will attempt to become the scoring leader on the Lady Tigers now with this shot tonight. Wow. They really have had difficulty shooting the free throws.
Isn't it cool? You work on offense and defense and zones and the whole thing, and then it comes down to free throw shooting, although Ahmed makes that one.
They usually get the second one if they get it. If they get it. It's a matter of concentration, David.
And there's a bounce pass right to Ward. Up ahead, Ahmed. Nice move by Ahmed, going to the basket but missing.
He's on her motorcycle on that move there.
She had a full head of steam and then overshot it.
Nope.
3-pointer rattles out, an offensive board tipped, and Rogers has it. Overthrows Ahmed, and LaGuardia chases it down. It's Jenkins.
They got to think when they make that pass a little more.
Nice fake by Johnson, and she finishes off glass. Johnson leading everyone with 7 points.
See, because they gave 2 points back there, David, with that pass. It wasn't a good pass at all.
You gotta make sure Johnson doesn't start get going, and Rogers wasn't expecting that pass. And Rogers and Ward a little frustrated with each other, and there's a nice pass and the finish. Gibson with another 2 points.
There's the piece de resistance.
17-10, 8:30 to go in the second.
Nice pass, nice reception right there.
Dudley Adams, a high arcing 3 is no good. If LaGuardia scores here, we may see a timeout from David Chambers.
Yeah, they're starting to get it together now, get it in gear a little bit.
And there's traveling called on Jenkins.
They have a couple of long, smooth athletes like Johnson and the other girl, Jenkins. And if they put it together, they start to mesh a little bit, you know?
have Johnson leading the team in points and assists. Jenkins is 3rd in points and 2nd in assists.
They make nice passes, yes.
Gibson you have to watch out for.
Gibson. And they've done a good job on the offensive boards, which has held them in. and they're early going anyway.
Mormon has had a nice game so far. Riley the reach in
Oh!
and takes it away, picking the pocket of Theodore. And then a foul on Theodore and 2 free throws coming up.
Theodore just had that ball stripped from her and never could get her hands back on it, and beating her to it was Riley, and then Riley came all the way and drew the foul.
Very quick hands by Riley.
Quick hands, and then a quick reaction, and not allowing Theodore to get back, because Theodore had a chance to get that ball back.
First one is good from Riley. It almost looked like Theodore may have had the better angle, but Riley stripped it and then picked it up all in one motion before it went to the sideline.
She went around Theodore with her speed, as you said, Dave. She's a little fast guard. Gotten a couple of rebounds in there for her size. They've started to look more impressive now, LaGuardia, like they're getting their game together.
Riley makes both. All of a sudden, it's 19-10. Ahmed almost lost it, got it back to Theodore. She slinged it to Ward, and Ward tried to get it to Lafargue, and it was broken up.
They're making long passes, and they're being deflected, hands on them, stolen, overthrown. You got to calm down a little bit.
The spacing is a little weird, as that was thrown off Mormon.
Queensborough seemed like they're in a hurry since the middle of the first quarter. Like they're trying to force things.
And that's what LaGuardia likes, speeding the game up. And Queensborough even getting a little frustrated with each other at 1 or 2 moments. Ahmed.
Just got to calm down a little bit.
Ward going baseline to the basket, and she is fouled.
Like that, you know, just get your head about you, take it to the basket, good move. Now, if you can make your free throws, you did something positive for the first time in about, I'd say, 3 minutes. You start playing this game too haphazardly, trying to get everything back at once. You're not going to do it. You got to do it a little bit at a time. Good free throw. That's a start. See if she can make this one.
Splits the free throws.
Splits them. 19-11 it remains.
Here's Riley. Her shot is no good. Tipped around, loose ball, and on the floor, and we'll have another tie-up, and it will stay with LaGuardia.
Good hustle to tie it up. LaGuardia looked like they were going to have that rebound at one point, just couldn't get their hands on it. They've been around those offensive boards a lot in this first half.
Refs deciding whether to reset the shot clock because they're saying did the possession change when it was being fought for?
They have another big girl in there, LaGuardia, number 34, so they've got a little height also. They're trying to clarify something over here, and Anthony on the LaGuardia bench is trying to get some explanation.
Well, it's fine. I think while the ref was talking to the table, he was talking past them to one of his players to set something up. The shot clock is at 23 and counting. Johnson to Mormon to Riley. Nice move by Riley, and the basket off glass.
She's fast, isn't she?
21-11. All of a sudden, the lead is in double digits, and every pass is a challenge. Theodore is called for traveling. Somebody's got to come to the ball. And she also committed early to that pass. Queensborough all out of sorts.
A little tiny Archibald move by Riley there.
Mormon Gibson. And they may get Dudley Adams for a reach-in foul. They do, and that's the second on her.
21-11. It's now a double-digit lead for the first time.
Johnson for three, no good. That'll be another tie-up.
This is Queensboro ball, though.
It's a feisty, aggressive game we're going here.
But Queensboro's still not able to level out any kind of offensive play.
Including that.
And that's why they've made nonsensical passes. They've tried to hurry things. And I'm not coming down too hard on them. They're a young team, and they've been rattled a little bit now, and they're trying to get their composure back.
LaGuardia looking to extend the double-digit lead. There's another turnover, and then it's taken right back. They've gotten away with the walk.
Yeah, because LaGuardia's given them the ball a few times.
Mormon.
Oh, wow.
Lucky to avoid injury there. Almost looked like he came down on her head.
Trying to swipe in on that was Theodore.
I think Deardor was trying to swipe in, and they got Ward for her first foul, who made the hard contact up in the air. Mormon makes the free throw. I feel like when you're missing your free throws like Queensboro is, it also feels like everybody else is making everything they take as we have a timeout.
I tell you what, though, I'm impressed with Mormon and little Riley.
A lot to be impressed by.
They've done very well, and they've created a little bit of a tension on the court for Queensboro that they haven't been able to deal with over the past, about 7 minutes, Dave, about 8-9 minutes.
And maybe David Chambers calling that timeout in between free throws to try to freeze her for the second.
He also wants to discuss a few things with his young club, like what they need to do when they get the ball, because they have not made any kind of assertive passes up court. And as I said, LaGuardia has given them back turnovers at times, and they haven't been able to do anything with them. So this has gone one way now over the past 10 minutes.
LaGuardia has scored 9 of the 11 points in this quarter.
And right back to the line. See, they don't get a break because Mormon goes right back to the line anyway, even if he was trying to upset her a little bit, make her miss the free throw. I don't know if they're a championship level team as they were last year, but they don't look bad, LaGuardia.
No. It's 23-11 and some pressure being put on Ahmed, but they got them for a foul in the backcourt. This has the potential of being a very slow free throw shooting quarter with both. LaGuardia is one away from putting Queensboro in the bonus. And Ward gets it to Theodore. Nice pass to Ahmed. Ahmed's jumper is good. That's more like it for Queensboro.
That's what she's got to do. There's a lot of pressure on Ahmed this year.
And traveling is called on Mormon at the other end.
A lot of pressure on Ahmed this year. She's got to let the game come to her a little bit. She's going to be relied on a lot, as you can see. And she's got to take the spots and go with them. It's not that easy.
Ward crossing half court. And the pass was a little low for Theodore, but Phil could have come up with it.
Yeah, and a little too hard. I mean, when you're going down the right of the lane and the girl is about 7 feet away from you, you can't throw the ball that hard. So an equally bad pass there gives them the ball back. And LaGuardia has done that at times, and they've given Queensboro opportunities. Somebody's shaken up right now.
Theodore tried a little sneak attack pass to Rogers, but the whistle had blown. I believe it's Ward. So Ward will go to the bench.
And
Chavez
coming back in is Chavez. Yes, I'm sorry. With the bright red sneakers, by the way. Is it orange or is it pink? Pink.
Theodore, nice dribbling, but then the shot was contested, and I believe Johnson got a hand on it. Excuse me, it was Gibson who got a hand on it. And here's Johnson with the ball inside. Jenkins back out to Johnson for three. No good. And Dudley Adams there for the board.
Boy, that one would have hurt if it would have went.
23-13, under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Theodore all the way, and a foul against LaGuardia.
A traffic jam, I'll just run right through it. I don't care. Then she got hit, and she drew the foul.
And that's 3 fouls on Bianca Whitney. I mean, Queensboro has the right idea about attacking. They just have to make the free throws.
Well, the only way to learn what you have to do is by going out and doing it.
And the first one from Theodore is short.
Free throw shooting has certainly let them down in the first half.
Wonder how much of it gets in their heads after a while.
I know it gets in our heads.
Theodore misses both. Gibson thought about it.
They've had an open shot for a moment.
And then they closed out. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Gibson down to 5. Somebody's going to have to put it up. Somebody's got to throw it up. Beats the clock, but doesn't hit the rim, and there's a 30-second violation. I don't think they were aware of the clock.
They're all trying to be too unselfish, and somebody's got to take the shot at a certain point.
And Chavez lost it on the line. The line becomes an extra defender when you're pressured like that.
All things you learn to understand when you're under that pressure like that. But it takes time.
And traveling is called against Mormon. Quite a lot of turnovers. It actually hasn't been a bad pace.
Yeah,
all the...
they gave them a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And then Queensboro will give them back.
Queensboro's defense hasn't been bad, all things considered. It's just they've got to put the ball, and there's another turnover. What is going on?
And David Chambers is just trying to settle them down again. Well, that's what happens when you play out of control with no confidence, basically.
Tried to get it inside. It was broken up and turned over. And here's Theodore the other way. Bounce pass to Ahmed, and Ahmed will take it out. Chavez had to go through her hands, but saved it. Launches a three and hits. Chavez from downtown.
A little bit of a prayer there.
May not have been the way it was drawn up, but it's 23-16.
They have to feel good that they're only 7 points down.
But then you've got to get that rebound, and Gibson finishes. It was Whitney who came in. Gibson with the basket, 25-16. And
Yeah.
Ahmed was waiting for the ball to come to her. And
Well, the things
Whitney
that have
came in.
killed them in this first half continue to kill them.
There's a bounce pass too far ahead for Ahmed.
They made a very positive thing happen with that that heave, and they come back and they make two very bad plays. Or LaGuardia responded right back with a beautiful play down on the under the basket. So that gets wiped out right away.
Between the turnovers and the free throws, it's been self-inflicted wounds. LaGuardia looking to push the lead back up to double digits. 2.5 minutes to play in the second.
Oh,
Oh, Whitney gets it back down to 5 on the shot clock. Abel will have to throw it up. And she banks in a 3. One prayer is answered with another.
she had her eyes closed on that one.
Ahmed trying to answer right back, and does, with a 2. 28-18, 2 minutes to go in the second. Gibson, back out.
Lady Tigers in that zone that gave them a lot of trouble before.
Tipped around, and it will stay with LaGuardia. Gibson doing good work to keep it alive.
I have to say, though, when you're in that zone, that makes it difficult to rebound the ball, and you see they have a lot of trouble with it.
And timeout called by LaGuardia. How about that 3 by Abel to beat the clock?
She had her eyes closed on it. Hey, look, when you're playing that zone, you're not going to put a body on somebody because you're playing the defense, and then you don't have a chance to box out. So that has hurt them. But that's been their best defense against LaGuardia.
Everything that's good and bad about the zone has been on display. You get the misses, you get the forced shots, and then the lack of rebounding, which you're susceptible to when you do go into that zone. And David Chambers knows it. He knows that's the nature of the beast. But it's still frustrating to watch.
But they're better defensively in the zone against them because
Yes.
this is a quicker team with more girls who can move and move the ball by themselves. So that has been the best defense that they've had. It's been basically a very hard battle for Queensboro in this first half. In short, they've really had a battle for everything and every second of this first half.
There's another turnover in Queensboro.
And LaGuardia's been throwing the ball away themselves, so
Ward is fouled. They've been throwing the ball away. I guess when you have the 10-point lead, it makes it easier to swallow.
and they've been moving the ball when they throw it away and trying to work an offense, and then sometimes it does click, but it hasn't clicked enough for them.
Ward misses the first.
Ward, I believe, has missed, she's made 3 out of, from what I have, rough statistics here, 3 out of 7.
Unofficial, but sounds right.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
You could add another miss to Ward's ledger. Still 28-18, a minute and a half to
Darn
go.
free throws, huh?
Yeah.
Look, that was another near turnover.
Abel can't finish off glass, trying to save it in. And they say LaGuardia ball, last touch by Theodore.
Again, they get to the offensive ball on the boards, keep the play alive to get the ball back here.
Riley, we haven't called her name in a while. Went off the ref's foot.
Yeah, they're having trouble maneuvering against that zone with their passes because Queensboro's jutting in there and breaking the passes up.
1 minute to go in the half. Important minute. You don't want LaGuardia to hit 2 threes and all of a sudden it's Danger City. In the lane, threw up a wild one, no whistle. And Queensboro has it, and then they dribble it out of bounds.
There's really been an effort to get a rebound, a defensive rebound.
Jenkins to Riley. Back to Jenkins. Abel. Riley. Good ball movement.
Nobody wants to shoot the ball for LaGuardia.
And there's a shot.
Outside. Finally, a move by Riley in trying to foul. But they've been very unselfish with the ball, sometimes too unselfish. I was sitting here saying, why don't you just get the ball in and let somebody shoot one and just break the monotony, you know? Because you're turning the ball over or you're getting a bad shot.
First one is good.
Riley made a good move there and gets to the line, and they've made more of their free throws, David.
Riley makes both.
You can see she's a good free throw shooter. She really concentrates on them.
30-18. Lafargue wasn't expecting that pass, but got it. Ahmed tipped it to Ward, and Ward's shot is good. 30-20. LaGuardia can hold for the final shot. 12 seconds to go. Jenkins shot, good.
Excellent.
32-20, Queensboro, and they beat the buzzer. Dudley Adams almost got fouled. And
That's
it's
the half.
32-20, yeah.
I was going to say, Ward, one of the girls on the court with experience for Queensboro, and she looked like it down here, the way she went to the basket. And then Jenkins came up, and they got an excellent shot for LaGuardia to end the half. And they take a 12-point lead into the locker room. David, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it could have been better because LaGuardia gave them opportunities to cut into the lead. So it could be about a 7-point lead right now.
And even scoring for LaGuardia in terms of Gibson and Johnson leading with 7 apiece, Mormon and Riley with 6 apiece.
We'll see what we see. And I guess that's how it's going to be with Queensboro for the early part of this year. And maybe for the whole year. You never know.
We'll be back with the second half. LaGuardia 32, Queensboro 20 at halftime. Second half about to begin. Queensboro trying to cut into a 12-point lead. LaGuardia up 32-20. Gibson and Johnson led the way with 7 apiece. Mormon and Riley had 6 apiece. Queensboro's leading scorer, Samira Ahmed, had 7. Reva Ward had 5. What does Queensboro have to do? I mean, not much of a secret. Make your free throws and stop turning the ball over, right?
Basically. And you'll be somewhere around the vicinity where you can maybe win the game. They have to find their balance. They've been off balance all through the second quarter and part of the first.
They actually scored more in the second than they did in the first, which didn't feel like it. But
yeah. And they're in the zone again, which has served them well. But remember, a lot of offensive rebounds for LaGuardia.
Johnson faked. Riley shot, no good. Then the offensive board, and Gibson puts it in. Making it look easy with the board in the basket. Nicole Chavez, reach and foul on LaGuardia.
I guess you could call that a little Gibson take.
Third foul on Riley.
I mean, they have some pretty good players on LaGuardia, and they've gotten to more opportunities, let's say.
Chavez misses the jumper. And in a crowd of players, LaGuardia comes out with it, though. And Mormon just dropped it, and Queensboro has it now. Up ahead, Lafargue. Instead pulls it out, and no, she takes a shot and hits.
Nice job on that. Keep the game a little bit close here.
Johnson go inside, got it back after it was tipped and puts it in. Brianna Johnson makes it 36-22.
I believe she's their leading scorer in the game. And on the year, as you said.
Johnson and Gibson tied with 9 points apiece.
Well, she's gotten some key hoops in this game. Every time it seems like Queensboro makes a little bit of a cut, she comes back and she'll make a big basket.
And we have a timeout, a minute and a half into the third quarter.
What are they to do to get back in this game? As you stated, start of the second half. Very tough predicament they're in right now.
And they're getting LaGuardia to miss shots. They just can't haul it in. And it happened on the first possession where Gibson got the offensive rebound and put it right back in.
Well, 8:31 to go. They still have a lot of time in this third quarter, that's for sure. And time can be your ally. Sometimes it can be your nemesis.
When you're running out of it, it's your nemesis. Chavez has to stay away from that sideline, double team. And thrown away, Dudley Adams couldn't save it in.
That was a high wire act, huh? Well, just part of the way it's gone for Queensboro. And then LaGuardia gives the favor right back at times.
LaGuardia hasn't played a beautiful game either, but they're up by 14.
I guess they don't have to be as sharp as they might want to be, like you said, when you're protecting a 14-point lead.
And they at least make their free throws.
You get a little careless.
Chavez up ahead, gets to Lafargue. Ahmed lost the handle on it. Dudley Adams picks it up. Bounce pass to Lafargue. Nothing but red shirts around her, and traveling is called.
She had nowhere to go. She was surrounded, as you said. No one came to the ball. That's all recognition stuff, you know, Dave.
Wow.
And LaGuardia, they're also questioning each other and where they're supposed to be. Johnson saying, what's going on here?
It hasn't been a passing clinic.
A lot of turnovers in this game, lots of turnovers.
Yes. And Lafargue gets fouled.
Well, she made up for what she did wrong before. She used her dexterity to get down the right of the lane, turn, and get hit on the move.
Third foul on Abel. Well, this is about what it is. It could be a 4-point game, could be a 24-point game.
Could be.
As it is, LaGuardia leads 36-22. And another missed free throw by the Lady Tigers.
Wow. They are good at missing them, aren't they? Right now, at least. Lafargue with 4 points.
Make it 5. 36-23.
Change that stat quickly. They need to do a little more of that.
Johnson off glass.
Every time they make a little bit of a dent in that lead, Johnson comes back.
Lead is up to 15. Ward, kick out. Chavez, a long 2 is no good.
Had to shoot that. That was a good shot, actually.
Ball stays with Queensboro.
I don't think David minds that shot at all. That was done very quickly. Get that ball in a spot, shoot it if you're going to shoot it. There's a foul. It's on Johnson, I believe.
Let's see.
Maybe it's not.
They say number 2 on Mormon. The fouls are piling up for them. They've already committed 3 in the first 3 minutes of the third. Chavez. Here's a 3 from Lafargue, and it's good. 38-26, Queensboro hanging around. Nice to get a stop and a little momentum. Johnson, she's been feeling it. Johnson again, and she's fouled. Maybe starting to take over now, Brianna Johnson.
That's for the up-team time that Brianna Johnson, after Queensboro has scored or made some inroad, has come down and she's done something positive on the other end. Good-looking player, isn't she?
Johnson makes the first.
She has the fundamentals down. She's very good.
Was on the title team last year, as it says 39-26.
All right. Tigers have to battle here.
Clark had that one rim out. And Johnson stops and starts and has her shot blocked. Ahmed the other way.
Good play by Queensboro there.
But not there.
Not there.
A turnover and then a foul.
Foul doesn't hurt that much, except it gives you another team foul.
And number 3 on Chavez. It was a turnover that hurt more than the foul. And Johnson feeling it for sure. And starting to take over.
Yeah, she's saying, I'm going to make this game kind of mine right now. Let's see if you got somebody who can match it.
Ahmed has his shot sent away. It will stay with Queensboro. Johnson has 14. Nobody else in this game has 10. As Theodore goes back in for Queensboro and Chavez back to the bench.
Well, Ahmed showing a lot of spirit coming down, trying to respond. They'll get the ball from underneath here.
Theodore in the lane, tough shot, no good, got her own rebound. Johnson with the block, doing it on both ends. Johnson the other way, pull-up jumper is good. She never gave up the ball. And all of a sudden it's 43-26.
Now it's getting to the point where Queensboro not only has to do something, they have to dominate from some period in this game, and they have shown us they have not been able to do that at all tonight, at all.
And Johnson with 9 of the 11 LaGuardia points so far in the third quarter, imposing her will on the game.
Starting to look very difficult, David, to get a win here at home tonight if they don't have like about a 5-minute span where they just outplay LaGuardia. LaGuardia just under Johnson's game-leading total and the most talent on the court, took over the game over those last 5 minutes here.
You see how much Johnson is in the zone. When she blocked the shot, she didn't even look to pass. She came all the way down, pulled up at the free throw line and hit.
That was pro stuff right there, like what a pro would do. And she knows the game. She knows how to play it. She's the most experienced player on the court and also probably the best talent on the court. So that's not easy to match up against. And we'll see what Queensboro develops here. Has to be one for all and all for one right now. They're going to have to gang up and mentally try to make a run here at LaGuardia if they're going to do it.
And the understanding that they don't need to make up 17 points in the next 2 minutes. You have 15:41 to go.
But they do need a little bit of a run where they can show that they can scare LaGuardia a little bit.
You say they may need Dudley Adams, and here she is, but the shot is no good.
Nice move. No basket.
Riley inside Gibson, they call traveling. Kind of bumped into a Queensboro player, but not enough for a foul. Queensboro ball after the traveling violation. And they throw it away. When it's not your night, it's not your night.
No, they've had some opportunities to cut into the lead, and they haven't been able to use them at all.
Oh, you're seeing from both teams to an extent, but especially Queensborough, a group of players that haven't played together very much.
And now if you're LaGuardia, you don't want to force anything.
Well, Jenkins hits that three. Raven Jenkins makes it 46-26. Lafarge got behind the defense and puts it in.
Good job by Lafarge as they were slow getting back. She took advantage.
She has a quiet 10 points.
And now if you're LaGuardia, you can afford to work that ball around.
Johnson misses a three. That ends her hot streak.
She has the green light, of course, to shoot it whenever she wants.
Theodore went all the way, but then missed. She had a makeable shot, too. Jenkins the other way. No good. Now Theodore the other way. And lost a handle on it, but went off the legs of one of the LaGuardia players. So 4:15 to go in the third, 46-28. I want to say just slow down.
They definitely are not going to beat LaGuardia in that pace of a game when they're handling the ball like that. So
You're running out of time, but you still have to stay patient enough where you're not just forcing stuff. Ward to Lafarge. They're going to call a foul.
And well, they should. That was Johnson getting her from behind, trying to swipe at the ball.
Say LaGuardia did a good job with the fouls because they committed 3 in the first 3 minutes, and that's only the 4th of the quarter.
Well, it's a heavy weight for Queensborough to lift right now.
Ahmed to Theodore. Nice fake, baseline shot, no good. But Lafarge tracks it down, gets it to Dudley Adams. Let's pass back to Lafarge, looking inside. Almost had it taken away.
Actually, this is the best they've looked in any offensive set all night.
And that shot is sent away, but a foul is called. It was tough defense.
Theodore made a great fake and got herself a great shot on the baseline. Couldn't put it in. And then they kept it up. They got to the loose ball, brought it back outside. And for one of the few times tonight, Queensborough looked like they were working something. And they were trying to set something up. And they wound up with the foul.
But Ward misses the first.
Very frustrating when that happens. I think David liked what he saw a little bit there too, though. He's having an extended chat with one of his players.
A lane violation, so Ward will get another chance.
And he's got to take every chance he gets, David, to talk to people and teach in the midst of a game. And I don't care what the score is. If he sees something good, he's got to reinforce it. And they'll go back to the line again now.
And that's foul number 5 on Abel, so she's done. So it may not have been a lane violation, may have just been a foul.
Was.
Abel done. She did hit that 1-3 off glass as the shot clock expired, and that was actually a big one at the time. It went from a 9 to a 12-point game.
In the old days, they'd say that was a doozy.
Lafarge hits the first free throw. Well, if that was a game of force or a street game, you go, well, you have to call it off glass. Lafarge makes both. It's 46-30.
Wow. When does that happen? Both free throws.
That shot no good from Jenkins. They're still pushing it. That shot was about 5 seconds into the possession.
I'm not being facetious, by the way. I'm just stating a fact.
Sure.
They have not been able to hit free throws.
And they haven't.
Yeah.
Ahmed hits that off glass. 46-32.
I remember I said they have to have a little bit of a run somewhere. Right now they have a chance to do that if they can stay focused.
Well, 4 points in a row for Queensborough. This might be the last chance they have to get back in the game. Johnson thought about the three. Take out Gibson. Jumper from the free throw line, no good, but there's an offensive board. And I believe they're going to call Lafargue for a foul. We'll see.
I think that's correct.
No, it's the third on Dudley Adams. Then we saw Lafargue down
She
there.
was around the play, and Adams somehow reached in there. And the big girl for LaGuardia will shoot the free throws.
First one is good.
She has a nice free throw shooting form. They tried to throw her off, and the crowd could not do it.
Didn't work either time. It's a 16-point game again.
Hey, you got to put that aside, and you got to continue to do what you were doing.
Lafargue almost lost it out of bounds.
Ran
She
out
did
of
step
room.
on the line, yeah.
She ran out of room, and she couldn't get that ball back in.
LaGuardia might be feeling it now to put the game away here late in the third quarter.
I think you want to go to Johnson if you're going to do that.
But you're not going to go to Ahmed because she's not on LaGuardia. Ahmed all the way to the basket and a foul by Jenkins. Good job by Ahmed. She's been all over the place.
Energizer. She'll end up at the line. They have to make the free throws. We've said that another zillion times tonight. And you could see she was going to miss that free throw because she put too much on it. Well, it's
Ahmed makes that one. She has 10 points now.
long road back. They're down by 15.
Jenkins. Down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to force it in and another turnover. Ahmed couldn't get it, and LaGuardia back the other way. Fired it in. Somehow gets to Gibson, and she puts it in off glass.
That's a killer. That is a killer. They had the ball up court.
Oh, you can't
Turned
have
it
that.
And now they've given away 2 baskets.
Jenkins makes it 52-33. 19-point lead, biggest of the game, and now
Now the floodgates have opened on
Yes.
the turnovers.
3-on-1. Gibson off glass. 54-33. Timeout, David Chambers. That got ugly in a hurry. An 8-1 run.
That got uglier, and
Wow.
ugliest. But anyway, David Chambers calling a timeout because that lead is 21 points now, David.
That was about 3 of the worst turnovers you'll see in about 15 seconds, and they all led to easy baskets.
Well, it was almost like you said it. You said it at one point. LaGuardia was kind of stalking, waiting their time to put the clamps on this game, and they found some dandy opportunities. And they didn't have to work very hard for them. All they did, grab the loose ball, get up court, and score.
It was just these bounce passes right to the LaGuardia players, and you were kind of waiting for the Redhawks to put the game away.
The one that really hurt was when Queensboro had the ball coming up. They gave the ball away, and then the girl on the second effort got the rebound underneath for LaGuardia, and they wound up scoring.
Ahmed, there's another turnover.
Pass just out of reach there.
Yikes.
If they have the film on this game, they'll be looking at it.
Couldn't get the basket, but there's Gibson and she finishes. And Gibson has 15.
Well, their athletes are now sprung, so to speak. They're able to do a lot of different things.
Ward called for traveling.
The athletes on LaGuardia are taking over and getting rebounds, getting up court. Now, it's become a real helter-skelter game for Queensboro, and LaGuardia's just making them pay.
10-1 run for LaGuardia. Remember, Queensboro had the 4 points in a row, and you're going, well, maybe this is where they could make a push, and it's been all LaGuardia.
That was the point, Dave. That if they were going to do it in this game.
Johnson, her shot is no good, but there's another offensive rebound, but then traveling is called.
And with the score where it is, 56-33, people might be amazed that we're saying they had a chance to make a run, but they did.
Ahmed to Theodore. Down to 10 seconds in the third quarter. Ward, nice dribbling. Dudley Adams in the corner. Trying to beat the buzzer and does. That's her first field goal of the night.
You gotta love her heart, Dudley Adams. She never gives up in a game. We said that to her last year. We liked the way she goes after it. She had a few more talented teammates around her last year, though. All right, it's been a real tough third quarter for this club.
Well, LaGuardia outscored them 24-15 in the third. And it was at one, you know, it was 46-32. You still have the game, and LaGuardia put it away late in the quarter there, especially Queensboro just throwing one pass to them.
Not able to focus.
No.
And then it just totally broke down, and LaGuardia scored about 4 or 5 uncontested baskets. So now you're talking 10 points right there, Dave. David Chambers speaking to his young squad over there, trying to keep them interested, tell them exactly what has been done wrong, why you're in this situation, and what you need to do. We still have another quarter to go, so we want to work on some things here, even though we're down by 21. We want to see if we can do some positive things coming out of the gym tonight.
Here's a part where you go, you know, show me something so that we don't lose by 35. Don't just start, you know, the floodgates have opened.
It's a matter of pride, too. Yes, it's a matter of they're not going to come in our place and beat us by 35, right? But you got to be on a teaching level, too, and you got to tell them, look, I kind of expect you to make some of these mistakes, but now we got to find out what we're doing here. So let's play a good quarter. We'll see if they can. They really became unglued in that third, so.
It's been getting worse and worse for them as the game has progressed. We have a foul on Mormon. 1 second into the quarter and 1 foul. You know, when you're up by 21, I know you still want to play aggressive defense. He could back off a little bit.
Well, I don't think Mormon backs up at all, so I haven't seen her back up today.
Of course, they haven't been up by 21 in the fourth quarter yet. Now they are. Lafargue.
I didn't understand that, David. It's almost like she didn't want the ball right there. She just kept circling around it instead of picking it up.
So 4 seconds into the quarter, we've already had a foul and a near turnover.
You know what I think? I think she thought that ball was going out of bounds and she wasn't going to go after it. So
struggle to get it in. There's Ward.
That's been their biggest problem in the third quarter, getting the ball up court.
Counted and the foul.
Yeah. What was Queensboro's biggest problem in the third quarter? You said it right there, getting the ball up court. They couldn't get the ball up court at all. And if you can't get the ball up court, you're not going to get any scoring chances.
It's the fourth foul on Whitney. It's funny, Whitney was trying to take the charge, but she started falling before the contact. She wanted to pick up the foul and then saw Theodore barreling at her and goes, I'm not taking this.
Good move by Theodore.
56-38.
Go for it. You know, what do you got to lose?
And you think LaGuardia could start running off a little clock here.
I don't think they're going to.
There's good defense. They did run off about 12, 13 seconds there.
I don't think they play like that, Dave. I don't think LaGuardia backs off at all. So
Theodore doing a lot of dribbling and now passes to Ward. Ward shot, no good. Gibson to Whitney, no good. Gibson gets it back. And that shot is good. 58-38, under 9 minutes to go.
they're going to press anyway. And
wonder when exhaustion sets in for Queensborough, if it hasn't already. But there's a nice move by Ward, couldn't finish. Lafargue puts it in. So still battling.
now that's what David wants to see right there. We're going to be in a few of these games, and I want to see you do something.
Jenkins misses a three, but Whitney keeps it alive.
You know, Dave, until you have about 6 or 7 of these type games, you could always say, well, we had a bad night. But you can't say that after 6 or 7 of them.
You could say it early in the season,
Yes,
like this.
but he wants to see effort, and he wants to see them not give up in this game. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Bounce pass, Riley, good.
Very well done, yes.
60-40. It's been a total team effort by the Redhawks.
Been a little better moving the ball up court, Queensborough.
As you say, it's been a team effort with the exception of that one stretch in the third where Johnson just took over. Theodore going to the basket, and they'll call a blocking foul.
I'll tell you, one thing about Theodore, she's had some impressive moments in this game. She's a player with some potential. I mean, there's no doubt. She can make her own play.
Dudley Adams for three, no good. As a LaGuardia player hits the ground. Dudley Adams misses again. And now Whitney is up. Looked like she was holding her ribs. And we'll have a timeout probably to get Whitney out of the game. 60-40, 7:30 to play.
And that timeout was called by LaGuardia, wasn't it?
Yes.
To get Whitney, to get one of their players out of the game,
That's
obviously.
what it looked like.
Because you wonder what John is saying to them right now with the 20-point lead. I don't think he takes anything for granted.
No.
And they played the same way throughout the game. They're going to continue to play like that.
Their 2 wins came by 63 and 32, so this is a close game for them.
Yes, true. That's true.
When you're beating Kingsborough by 44 at halftime, this is like a dogfight.
Good point. You get the feeling that they don't have a passive mode, though, this team.
Well, you go, it's not a close game. While LaGuardia is saying, let's not make it a close game until we finish the final 7:30.
But they're not the type of team that works the ball around for an extended period.
No, they're not.
And runs down the clock. Let's put it that way.
If Queensborough was going to come back, you'd probably need like Naomi Birch and a Jacqueline Torres who can hit 5 threes.
Here's one. That's the girl I was looking for. Naomi Birch.
Yeah.
Hit a few of those in the lane, off the glass shots. I tell you though, I really think Theodore can be that type of player if she stays with it. She's got a lot of mobility. I saw that one play she made on the baseline. She got herself a better shot. That's important.
Mormon shot, rims out. Gibson, another offensive rebound. Her shot is no good. Tipped around, loose ball picked up by Lafarge. And fouled by one of the three LaGuardia players.
See, they battled under there. There was a real battle. They came up with the ball. Got to give them credit. It's only 6:45 to go in the game. They have a very minute chance of coming back in this, but they did not pack up the bags and leave yet.
Every foul from now on will put Queensboro on the line, which would be more threatening to LaGuardia if Queensboro could actually make their free throws consistently. There's a three from Ward, no good. LaGuardia right back the other way. Gibson faked the pass and puts it in. Nice move from Gibson. She's now the leading scorer with 17. And they call Dudley Adams for an offensive foul.
She doesn't believe it, really.
No. She's almost as surprised as I was. I guess they say she threw the elbow when she got the pass. Here's a three, and it's good, and that might be the dagger from Mormon. If it wasn't over already, it is now.
Yeah.
25-point game under 6 minutes to play. Dudley Adams launches that one, high arcing two, no good.
Another battle for the loose ball.
Oh, and now some
Words
more
being
words.
Oh boy, that you don't want to see at all. And they'll grab LaForge and bring her over.
You get the all-Queens matchup and a frustrated Queensboro team. Some of the emotions start to come out. And the head coaches are going, I don't need this.
I don't know what Johnson's so mad about. She's had a good night.
No. Yeah, Brianna Johnson to the bench.
Now,
just
you know,
to
hey,
get her
it gets
from
a little tough and rough, and then you say it's something, and a girl says something back, and they want to, they look like they want to exchange blows there.
And nobody wants to be the one to back down. It's always better when you have a few people in between you. You could afford to yell at somebody.
You got to be good at that. Go ahead, get in front of me. I'm gonna get you.
But we'll see if anything comes out in the final 5:49.
Well,
And the refs are...
they're trying to
with
size up exactly who they want on the court at this
Yeah.
moment. They're going to put in a player that hasn't played much tonight.
Like Christine Fye for Queensboro, number 23.
Get a little coolness in there, you know,
And the refs are going,
stop the altercation.
Everyone settled down. We could be out of here. You know, there's 5:49 left. There's another near turnover. And LaGuardia is getting really amped up for these. And I think the refs are going, calm
They
down.
really are, and the official is telling them that.
LaGuardia making a lot of noise on the bench now. It's almost like they want to prove a point to Queensboro now.
Well, obviously they want to embarrass them in their home.
There's a foul. Oh, excuse me, they call traveling. Beg your pardon. Traveling on Ward.
Those are very confusing calls sometimes. Was she moving, or did she get hit, or?
And Johnson is back in. And now they're calling the game very tight so that we don't have a rugby match for there to be a foul called. Johnson for three. No good. Dudley Adams with the rebound. Theodore, three-pointer, no good. And now a 2-on-1, Riley, and traveling is called.
Theodore got back and cut her off in the lane, made a good play on that.
The stranger looked like she wanted to pass the ball while she was running at the defender and gave herself no room. And LaGuardia is still pressing up by 25 with 5:15 to go. But it's not a full break. They'll press the inbounds and then they kind of back off. Dudley Adams, jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, Rogers is fouled.
Well, they obviously have to keep their persona too. That is the way they play, and that's the way they're going to play. And we have to see some of the other teams in the conference and see who the best team might be this year. I would say if Hostos has their program intact, and you always look at them, and you look at Bronx, and then of course BMCC, they've been on a roller coaster ride, but when they have good teams, they have very good teams.
And Kingsborough in what looks to be another tough season. Mormon hits the acrobatic shot. She's in double digits now. 67-41. Theodore all the way in, another foul.
But I would say that LaGuardia, off what we've seen, with different faces, a few different faces, has an opportunity to defend their CUNY title, and they are working on it, David.
Well, they'll be 2-0 in the conference after this win.
But it's a little different cast, but they're going to play the same way, and they're going to. They're not going to let anybody have an inch. Obviously, that's the way they play. And Queensborough did it for several years. New players would come in and they'd continue to play that same style of basketball.
Well, you have the 2-year level. You think, well, the players will come and go and the parity will reign. Not necessarily. Queensborough won 4 in a row with Medina.
And they always had good teams, even without them.
67-42, under 4:40 to play. Johnson all the way to the basket, gets back her own miss.
Great effort.
Yeah, one rebound after the other. The LaGuardia bench is into this as if it's 67-62.
Well, these are two Queens opponents.
Yep.
A little bit of a rivalry.
Rivalry here, and it's funny for LaGuardia, almost more of a rivalry against Bronx because of their playoff matchups. This is the 7th meeting between LaGuardia and Queensborough. They've split the first 6. 4:25 to go. Dudley Adams called for traveling. Frustrating night for her. Only has 1 field goal, came at the end of the 3rd.
It's been a frustrating night for several Lady Tigers, and they know they could play better. Not tonight, though. Not at this point in the year.
Had the first quarter they were fine, and Utah outplayed them in the first quarter, and then LaGuardia doing what they do in the final 3. Johnson tripped.
Yeah, you could see as we went along, once LaGuardia started to establish certain patterns, that they were starting to take control of the game a little bit. But that one period in the 3rd really broke the game open, where they had 4 consecutive steals. Queensborough just threw the ball away continuously.
Gibson, the rebound in the basket.
And now it is at blowout proportions.
Now it's a 30-point lead. Counted and the foul, Theodore.
Well, they will play again this year at LaGuardia. And if I were these young ladies, I would circle that date on my calendar and I'd get ready for that ball game when it comes up. And I remember what happened here tonight, for sure.
72-45, I believe. Scoreboard says 43. And another basket from Johnson.
She's feeling it now. I mean, she knows what she can do tonight, and she went to work.
Under 3.5 minutes to play, and Theodore hits another, and a good measuring stick for Queensborough in a way. Now David Chambers can go, you see what it takes to be the best in this conference? Or at least up there? Johnson, double dribble. I don't think they ever added the basket for Theodore that led to the foul.
Believe me, as they go along, they're going to face a team that's somewhat on their level. And they're going to play a very good game against that team, and they're going to get a lot of confidence when they play them. And that's usually the way it goes. This is really all about confidence right now. And when you don't have it, you just don't have it, and it shows. And LaGuardia has made several turnovers tonight, and Queensborough just hasn't been able to take advantage of them at all because they've been very shaky.
By the way, Riley fouling out. There's 2 players who fell out for LaGuardia tonight. We have to keep in mind this is the first time a lot of these players are playing at the college level.
Absolutely. But if we go over and talk to Coach John after the game, he'll probably tell us we didn't play our best game tonight.
No.
But we did what we had to do to win the game.
Well,
and you're right about the inexperience. Boy, you're thrown into a real learning situation.
and Theodore in double-digit scoring. So there's some. Theodore had a nice game in spots.
I think she's done pretty well. Yes.
Ahmed, Lafargue.
And I think she could have had a few more points. She left points out there.
I think they all left points at the line, didn't they?
Well, not only at the line, she made some nice moves and she couldn't convert on them. Right now, she's controlling the ball a lot, as you see.
Ward shot no good. We are at 2:20 remaining.
Seems like this fourth quarter's been forever.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, but yes.
Because the other 3 quarters went rather quickly. How about that? Johnson missed that little in-close layup.
Queensborough going, why couldn't you do that when it was still a game?
She was a big factor because every time Queensborough got a little closer, she made a big play.
Gibson, well, that's why she leads the nation in field goal percentage, because all of her shots are from 2 feet away.
You just look up the word bellwether, and that's what happens. You know, one girl can really change the whole attitude on the team, and there are good team players on this team, and they just follow in.
I've always just thought the middle to the end of the third quarter was really where it got out of hand and a bit ridiculous after a while.
Now Johnson's going to go to the bench. She had to have a 20-point night, right?
Oh, yeah.
She really picked it up as the game went along.
And I believe Gibson finishes in the 20s.
She picked it up too. Got to a lot of loose balls, got a lot of balls inside, and made some in-close shots. They have 2 girls who can score.
And we have another LaGuardia player who fouls out.
And there you said it, Dave. That's 2 girls with 20 points for them, and it's a 30-point total on the board. So you've got to try to match that somehow, and Queensborough's had nobody that can put up those type of numbers.
You wonder what can they do when they play their zone? What can they do to get more rebounds the next time?
And if they would have hit a few free throws, they'd have more points on the board and better totals individually. But they've missed so many free throws. And they continue to. You don't want to hammer them too much. They lost to a better team tonight at this point in the year. That's all.
Final minute of play. Gibson, one more time. 78-46.
I thought we lost you there for a moment.
Final 30 seconds. See if we get one. Another defense chant coming from the LaGuardia bench. And Samira Ahmed hits that shot to shut them up.
Ahmed left some points out there too. She had some opportunities. And that's what happens.
Well, that was impressive. As the LaGuardia bench counts down. Half-court shot, no good.
So LaGuardia is 2-0 in the CUNY, and this is the first loss for Queensboro in the CUNY.
First game in the CUNY.
But there'll be more, and there'll be other games, and there'll be other situations for these girls. And who knows, maybe they'll match up better against somebody else also. The matchups tonight were not good for them.
No, the matchups are not good for a lot of teams against LaGuardia. And another easy win in region for the Lady Redhawks.
But David was up front with us. He said it's going to be a learning experience. He said that right from the start, and he's right. It's going to be a learning experience for these girls.
Well, it might be a season like last year where, the first half of the season could be a little tough to watch, but they came together the second half.
And what he added into that conversation was that he's going to talk to them after every game, tell them what he wants, how he wants them to come out, what he expects from them. And he's just going to, let it ride, and see where it goes as it goes along. A little different for him. He's had better teams from the start of a year, but you never know. Maybe this will wind up being a rewarding year in another way, that he'll turn this team into a real competitive team, let's say. Long season, Dave.
Well, thanks for watching. The final score, LaGuardia 78, Queensboro 48. For Joe Massey, this is David Russell. Thanks for watching.